All right, I'm fully here. I'm here, I'm ready. I have so much to tell you guys. Oh, I see some familiar faces in the bottom. Debbie, welcome back. Thank you so much for being here again. You've been here, and I always say this, but when I see familiar faces, it's like a life jacket in the ocean, and the ocean is beautiful and expansive, and it's amazing to explore, but to have people that come back and hold my heart and hold space for me here continuously, and you guys lead the group. This is a community space more than anything. It's Adrienne Alternatives community, but it's you guys that are magical and make it amazing. And I don't know if you can hear, but I'm really sick right now, and I think my mic is on. There we go. I'm really sick right now, but I couldn't miss this because when I think about care and nourishing myself, this is one of the first things that comes to mind. So as long as my throat doesn't go too crazy, I think I forgot my tea over there. I might go grab it, but I think we should be okay to do a maybe shorter session, but still hang out. It's so great to check in with each other and yeah, just have a great time. I feel like I'm sweating, but that's, again, brilliant, right? The body doesn't make mistakes and knows what it's doing. When I got quote unquote sick, I say sick just for I guess it makes it easier to understand. I think we all know what we mean when we say sick, but really it is like healing, right? Like our body doesn't do things out of mistake or out of, I don't know. I'm like have a viewpoint of more like, it's not like the germs are bad, right? It's not things are bad. It's, our body adapting. I don't know. And I love studying different kinds of wellness, of course, right? Because now I'm a wellness coach, and I don't know if you guys are familiar with my work here, but essentially I'm always just finding wellness that works for neurodiverse people. Let's make this world more neuro-inclusive. And that benefits neurotypicals as well, right? Like neuro-inclusivity benefits everyone. And I'm going to always shout out, I don't know her name, I need to write it down, but MPLS Creative on Instagram. She's I think, therapist and researcher. And the way that she kind of talks about giftedness and ADHD and autism and the similarities and the overlaps and trauma, it's so great because so many people want to dismiss the idea of being late diagnosed autistic. They think, well, you're not that autistic then. But there's so much complexity within it. And I love seeing, everyone kind of dive into and find new research and start to understand a bit more nuance within these things, right? But at the end of the day, it's all really simple too. We all deserve to feel seen and supported and validated and loved. And I don't know about you guys, but community is the thing that I always struggled with the most. No matter how much wellness, I became this incredible cyclist and I became like a personal trainer and so strong. And I looked in the mirror and I was like, who is this girl? Like skier, cyclist, and brave, right? Really learning to push myself out there. But at the end of the day, I just didn't have community to share it with. So that's you guys. And I'm so happy to have you guys here. So as you drop in, please do say hello. I really encourage you to put yourself out there, even if it's maybe out of your comfort zone. But I also want to encourage you to stay in your comfort zone because you deserve to feel just like nestled sometimes, because life is not going to nestle us. So we can do it for each other, we can come in. This is a weekly live, right? We can come in once a week and like support and see and share resources with each other. And then we go out into the world a little bit more prepared, safe, happy, smiling. I feel like my spine has only gotten straighter the more I do this. Well, right now it's a little compressed because I was trying to sleep. And with a cold, trying to sleep is crazy. That's crazy. So I'm just going to read some of the comments. Feel free to drop in, say hello. Thank you for the hearts on that, because again, that sense of humor is going to come out, and that's how I handle things. The comedy for trauma. Yes, can see and hear you. Okay, welcome Tina. Tina's my mom, I'm pretty sure. She has 2 accounts, so sometimes she confuses me, but I'm pretty sure. And I just have to shout out like her generation that like she made a different account, one for her tablet, one for her computer, because she didn't know you could like log in from one onto the other. Like she sees it as like attached to its device. So that's really beautiful, and I love that. There's like things our family members and our friends do that's so like cute. I don't know. It's like, please never change. Okay, thank you. Jennifer, hi Jen from Boston. That's amazing. Cool. I've never been to Boston. I would be so curious. I'd love to do a tour and just like high five all of you personally. Like, thank you for existing and being here. Amy, hello. Amy from Texas here. I happened to see you were live. Amazing. I'm so glad you stopped in. Yeah, this is like a really chill space. It's like every week I'm here, and it's kind of like a community hangout. So I'm really glad you're here. Fun fact, one time I had a connecting flight in Texas. So I was like, oh my God, Beyonce. But no, I didn't see her. Debbie, amazing. Christine, it's so good to see you, Christine. I also love seeing you here every time, as often as you can make it. But yeah, I think you were here earlier when I was saying how I appreciate Debbie coming back. Christine, Lotus, I feel like you've been here as well. Correct me if I'm wrong. Always correct me if I mispronounce your guys' names or if I'm wrong, right? Like, fact check me. Amy, love her. I'm guessing Beyonce, because yeah, that's amazing. Because she's just, man, like I look back at some of her interviews and stuff, and I'm like, she had grit and determination. She was really focused. Not that I knew her personally, but in my head, music is definitely like my hyperfixation, amazing favorite thing in the world. Like I get teary. In past sessions, I've literally gotten like emotional talking about my connection with music and how that's helped me through my journey discovering I'm neurodiverse and even just through like spirituality, right? And like the spiritual awakening and stuff. Like there's music you find like Beautiful Chorus. I don't know if anyone listens to them. Their songs are so beautiful, and I feel like if you don't get into spirituality, you don't find artists like this. Oh, and the artist on here, dude, one time I was like so sick, it was like this, and I was like, oh, like I can't do it. I literally, nothing I did could support me, and because I didn't know I had these sensory overwhelm and sensory needs, right? I didn't know how much I was like really, I don't know, in the deep, I guess. So I was so desperate, and I turned on Insight Timer and I went onto the lives, and there was this couple, and they were in separate rooms because one of them had COVID. But they're on the app, and I wish I knew their names, but they were playing music together, and it was so beautiful. And I swear to God that it actually healed me a little. Like, I think it actually cleansed my cells. Like, it was so beautiful. And Insight Timer is like that for me. Like, I don't know if you guys are familiar with Jessica Amos from the Open Hearts Club. She is just like, again, ethereal to me. My favorite voice in my head, I always say. I watched her do this for 4 years, and now I'm doing it. So it's amazing. I always like to credit her and other teachers that I've, definitely come before on this app, and I've gone to so many lives, I think 5 years before I started going live myself. And this community is so incredible because, like, I can just show up and look at, there's already 32 of us here. That's crazy, right? Like, if I do that on Instagram, I don't know how it would turn out. I'm arguably not the best social media manager or any of that. I'm just someone that loves to serve and to create a better world. Like I'm just like endlessly soft. I've called myself a certified lover girl, whatever we call it, right? I think that we relate with this. A lot of us are like that, or else why would we be here? I think we're all drawn to this app because we're empaths and creatives and dreamers and lovers, and you know what I mean. We want a better world, and it starts with ourselves, and we're all working, right? Like we're all doing an act of love for ourselves in the world by showing up in community spaces and getting curious about resources to support us, and the Insight Timer way, right? Like there's so much here, and I'm so thankful for it. So I'm so thankful for you guys. And again, this session is completely donation based, so I really do appreciate when you guys donate, because it allows me to be here as well as make resources. And I don't know if some of you guys are new. Essentially I make like resources, but like think neuro inclusivity. So wellness for people that have ADHD and autism can look very different than someone that doesn't. So I've gone ahead and made those changes based on my experience and research and what I've worked with past clients and stuff. And I obviously like do coaching and all that as well. I'm sure you guys are familiar, the drill, coming to lives, and there's so many incredible coaches and leaders out here. So if you guys are interested in like learning more about me and get kind of diving into my free resources or my work, you can check out my profile on here. It has the link to my website and everything. And then I have the Adriana Alternative Community Group, which I would love if you joined. I want it to be more active because through the week I miss you guys, and I want to be able to check in and hang out. It is actually a long time. And I feel like my favorite version of myself when I'm here every Thursday. So I love it. And then it kind of, like the world is sobering, right? It's like Thursday is incredible. Normally I go for a bike ride. Today I'll probably sleep because I'm quite sick right now. And then, Friday is still beautiful. I'm still kind of feeling all of the high vibes of this. And then on Saturday and Sunday I work my day job, and it's like very loud and very extreme. I'm a kids rock climbing instructor, and it's indoor, and it's like also like birthday party vibes. Like it's very, Yeah, it's incredible. I love it. Getting like paid to climb is probably ideal. I've learned that a lot of my regulation comes from movement. So I'll literally cycle to and from my job and then rock climb all day with kids and then maybe do a workout even. So you have to support me in this being sick, because you got to know that like I can't do that. So I need you guys as much as we need each other, right? Y'all got to hold me in the light I try to create here every other week. It's like last week I was talking about the fraud that happened. I won't go into that anymore. I'm just so tired. But it looks like everything's gonna work out. Bless. And now this. It's so funny. Things really do. I don't know if anyone's noticing like the Pluto. I don't know if anyone's into like astrology. But the Pluto is moving from Capricorn to Aquarius, and then the moon is in. I knew this. Pisces Virgo axis. It's a Virgo sun, Pisces moon, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. And is anyone feeling that? Like, because I literally, like, you guys, I've been here with you guys every week, and like I like got an eye infection. I don't know if you guys remember, I came live with that, like sty awareness. And then I crashed my bike for the first time in 5 years. I didn't crash it. I hit like a rock and my back tire came out around me, but my derailleur snapped off and I was so worried, and I was crying, and this beautiful man on the Canby bike lane, bless his heart, I'm in Vancouver, BC. If this could ever reach him, I'd say thank you. He like pulled it up so I could at least wheel my bike home, and then it fell down and he came back to check on me and pull it up again. Amazing person. I ended up taking that into the shop and it's okay now. And then I was hit by fraud, and I like looked at my accounts and the worst had happened, and I won't go into it. And then now I'm sick, and I'm like, I always have seen being sick as like a healing, right? And it's almost like all of this like tumultuous kind of like extreme, I don't know. And then now it's like I kind of come into resolution, into peace, and now I'm going through the kind of like the healing phase, and I'm like totally okay with it, and I understand it and I empathize with it, because how can I not be run down after all that, right? Like, how can my body not do what it needs to do, right? Like, I'm no rocket doctor, but I just trust the process when it comes to this. I'm like, given everything. And sometimes too, like, this is maybe just my experience, but I feel like a lot of like spiritual experiences for me are accompanied with like symptoms, like just like headaches, like being congested, being run down, being fatigued. But then I come through it with more awareness, more breakthroughs just in who I am and who I want to be, and being able to push out of my comfort zone for what I want to do in the world. Like, I feel like life is just such a spiritual experience. And I always say being human is the most spiritual thing, right? Like being grounded and in this life. But there's some really beautiful, you know, undeniable like spiritual aspects to when we have these like transits in the sky, right? And we're all feeling it, I think. I've talked to a few people that have had some intense emotions and intense feelings. So if anyone has experienced anything lately, please relate to me. Do not leave me out cold here with all of this. Like, someone has got to have gone through some drama. It's not just me, right? I'm going to check in with the comments here. You'll just have to excuse me sounding so congested right now. Grab your tea. I hope you get better quickly. I will. In a minute. Love this community. This community loves you. Let's hop in an RV and pick up everyone. I actually dreamed about that with the Open Hearts Club, because it's just amazing. I just was like, why are we not all hanging out? And sometimes like, it's so beautiful to be here with everyone, but it's also like beauty and grief, because it's like, you really don't seem to find the people that really get you around you in your physical. Like, and I don't know. I get overstimulated because I want to say, like, I actually love social media. I love the internet. I know it's kind of scary and it's like done some crazy things to us, but to be able to just like talk to the world in a little box, like talk to the world, find people, all the people I found here, I would never have, like, how would I ever find you guys? Like, I would have had to be like on tour. So I don't know. It's such a blessing. I would love to physically go on tour. I'd love to do like a retreat, but every time I look at retreat prices, I'm like, bro, I get it. No, it's worth it. But like the getting there and back, then the retreat, like, I'm like, I don't know if that's just for me, but I don't, maybe I'm just not in that, you know, financial, you know, And I work on that a lot. Everyone's like, oh, financial blocks, financial blocks. But I think at a point too, like, we can't like be hard on ourselves for like it's the systematics of being alive in this world, like, you know, in the economy, and like, I don't know. It's a big part of coaching too, right? It's like behavior change and being honest with ourselves. And when we really nurture one aspect of our lives, we nurture all aspects of our lives. So like sometimes I say too is like, don't even focus on the financial in a time like right now, and focus on like your mental and emotional, and let that all kind of come together, and you actually will achieve things, right? Indirectly. And then you can come at it from a more nourished angle, and that's always better. I've said to people here before, have asked me questions like, you know, we want to change and do things so fast once we realize that something doesn't serve us, or we have an idea, but we also don't want to throw ourselves too fast, right? We also want to have awareness and let things cultivate and integrate fully. And that's been a practice for myself as well, because I'm very like ADHD. I can be very like self-sabotaging and very spontaneous, but then with like the autism I can be very almost like too rigid in some ways. So it's a beautiful dance. I say that with a grain of salt because it's actually very challenging, but I know a lot of you guys relate. And I'd be curious to know if anyone else like where you guys are at in your neurodiverse journey, or if you're just more curious about it, or if you're just here to hang out. Because we love kind of talking about neuro-inclusivity here, as well as kind of like our spiritual experiences and self-care and wellness beyond, you know, just nutrition and exercise. I think there's like a really beautiful component in just, yeah, getting together as community and sharing our hearts every week. So feel free to share, like, if you've been experiencing anything with the eclipse, with the full moon. Yeah. And if you feel like you are curious about neurodiversity, I'd love to know where you are in it, if you've been late diagnosed or recently diagnosed, or you were diagnosed as a child, or you're just here for a family member, or if you just are curious about it, but you just like the vibes. Because I've had some people say that. They're like, I'm not neurodiverse, but I like your perspective. And I'm like, that means so much. Like, thank you guys so much. Amazing. I'm just going to read some comments here. I've been a couple times before. Happy to be back. I like your idea, Debbie. So do I. I honestly do. I think that'd be so cool if we could get everyone together in real life. I feel like that's what a lot of us are missing, is people that like just deeply resonate, like in our kind of third dimensional, like like in front of us, you know? Oh, the Wakes. They're a beautiful music couple. Christine, it might have been. That sounds familiar. They basically healed me. Are they busy today? Like, I need to set something up. I'm getting real congested again. The meeting was canceled today, so I was able to make it. Have been on with you twice before, but had to leave early last time. Happy to be here. It makes me feel good with exploring my neurodiversity. Jennifer, I'm so glad to have you back. I am a little sick right now, so no promises on how late I'll be able to stay. But it's so good to be here. I look forward to it so much, and I'm so glad. I'm sorry the time can get kind of, like, I know it's like the middle of the day on a weekday, and I want to change the time, but then I also don't want to lose all of us that are here. It seems to be working for some, but I wish I could get everyone. I don't know, even like some of the Open Hearts Club people, but I think it's a bit later, so. Sorry, I'm just hunched over reading the comments. But yeah, I'm so glad you made it, Jennifer. And if anyone's just listening while they're working or whatever you're doing, honestly, I'm just so glad you're here. You don't even have to be like fully participating. It's just, it's so nice to have you energetically present in this way. And curious too. I know a lot of people drop in and out, and that's awesome. So yeah. My first time here with you. Grateful to be here. Hope you feel better soon. Thank you so much, Sue. Thank you so much. Yeah, usually I'm a bit more energetic. There's a bit more like, you know, gentle comedy, if you will. But I'm gonna push through for a bit longer. No promises on how long exactly, but I really would like to just check in about everything going on, I guess, with the moon and Pluto, and just see like how we're all feeling, because I definitely needed the check-in, so we can do that together. Shara, Aries. Lotus, feeling all of it. Okay, you relate. I had that too for a long time. I freaking hate styes. It's the worst. Shara, tell me if I'm saying your name right. Please always correct me, guys, if I'm not pronouncing it properly. But they I used to get them a lot when I was younger. I used to wear contacts. I just recently got LASIK, and then it was my first one. I'm really like I've really trained myself to like never touch my eyes unless I've like washed my hands and there's like a really good reason to do so. And it's interesting. It's like they kind of, I stopped having them for a long time and then I got one again, and yeah, you know what? They're frustrating. And I honestly like, I'm pretty like chronically ill, right? Like I'm like, it's been nonstop for a long time. I shared my story last week and then on week 5. And if you guys have listened, you guys know I've been through a lot of health challenges, and I've really learned to like have a really abstract and kind of beautiful take on healing. And I think it's even refreshing for my parents. Like I talk to them on the phone. My mom's like, I like that. Let's do that. I like that. I'll say like, we're not sick waiting to get better. Like we're in healing, and other clever things that I can't recall because I'm so sick right now. But I won't say when I'm on my own I'm sick. I'll say I'm healing. I'm in a healing adaptation. My body's adapting to do something. Its wisdom is beyond me, and I trust it. I don't know, man. Some days it's harder, right? Like some days it's harder to feel thankful for the body when we feel limited. So I think it's so important to hold ourselves in the light of all of it, right? Like kind of validating our experience with discomfort, being like, damn, this kind of sucks, but also nurturing and holding ourselves through it, and also coming back into that surrender and radical acceptance. And like that actually really is the topic, kind of beyond neurodiversity and spirituality and everything, is radical acceptance. And I've talked about that in depth, like every session here, because I've asked myself through my journey, like, what's the one thing I could say? Like, if someone asked me, like, what would you say? What would you teach to one person so that they don't have to go through what you went through, or that they could go through it in a more empowered way? And I'd say, like, the radical acceptance. It's like the level of suffering is directly related to the amount of radical acceptance I had in those moments. And I don't think we're always supposed to be able to just like apply it. I think that it's a practice learning to come into our bodies again when we're scared and stressed, and then to be like, oh, right, we can radically accept this, we can surrender. And that doesn't mean give up. That means like surrender from a more empowered place and trust something greater. And I think that the body and healing like feels really good for me and really aligned when I do that, when I just step back and I'm like, this has to be a radical acceptance and surrender, because this body that I'm in, right, like it's beyond, like we've been here for so long on this planet. Like, I don't know, it's just crazy. It's like it's like a rental. It's like I'm driving this, and it's very intelligent. And I just want to love and nurture and honor it. And I think that it's taken a lot for me to have that kind of more awakened perspective, I guess, to it. But yeah, it's been very, very helpful and nourishing, and guiding my family through that. My parents were both registered nurses, and they just obviously too have a passion for healing, right? Like we're all healers. There's no denying it. My brother too, I see healing in his work, and throughout my family, I see neurodiversity in my extended family, and I see healers and philanthropists, and yeah, I don't know, it's just really beautiful. So it's great to stand up here and honor that, because I am kind of doing this for more than just like me. I'm doing this kind of all the people before me that didn't get a chance to, right? So that's why it's so important, even on days like today, to show up, because I'm like, I'm building something greater, and it's made by something greater. So yeah. Excuse my congestion. That was my response to Shara saying she hates dyes. I just go on like a poetic adventure and then talking about my ancestors and how long we've been alive on this planet. No, but being abstract, like I think that is the beauty of being autistic and a Gestalt processor. I didn't realize a lot of people didn't have that crazy wide perspective and super abstract ways of doing things. And I really struggled with like really random things growing up, but then really excelled at others. In hindsight, I'm like, damn, that's like real obvious now. For me is like Mercury, like a bunch of electronics issues for me so much. It's crazy. I agree. I don't remember. So I had something that was very like typical Mercury retrograde happen last Mercury retrograde, but I don't remember what. Because again, I'm healing. Okay. My voice doesn't normally sound like this. I wouldn't be against it if it was, though. I'd probably be like a jazz singer. Okay. All right. I'm going to read a few more comments, and then I'm probably going to go for a little bit longer, and then we're going to wrap up a little bit early today because of, I think my body needs some deep rest. And as you guys know, being athletic and all the things, that's a challenge for me. But you know, the first 2-3 days are the hardest, and I did it. I'm in day 3, so yeah, thank you. Can we dance? Are you guys like cheering? Woo! Like trying to sleep on day 1 and 2. What is that? Everything, like it's like cotton balls in your ears, sore throat, like flames. Okay, sinuses. Like, what? And you're in a dark room by yourself for 8 hours, and it's just like, I can't, there's no words, dude. I always say to my parents, I'm like, oh, just slapping my mic around. I'm so sorry if that's loud to you guys. I hope my audio quality is okay, too. I've had some issues in the past, probably because I'm so violent with it. But, oh, what was I gonna say? I always talk to my parents when I'm sick, and I'm like, is this legal? This can't be legal. Like, it actually feels like a crime against humanity. And I don't know, maybe I'm dramatic about it, but I think now that I know I have sensory, you know, like I have sensory sensitivities, right? So it's like, it makes sense now that like those first 2-3 days are so bad. And I actually managed to sleep a little bit, like 4 in the morning till like 10, quarter after 10. I literally rolled out of bed and came here, which is the best thing in the world. I feel so honored to be like roll out of bed and do something I've always dreamed of, like, right? Like I'm sick, but it's still amazing. So I'm still trying to, like, you know, the beauty in grief, right? Make space for it all. I'm trying my best, guys. But it's so fun to like try our best together. And I love coming here every week. This is weekly, by the way, guys. I'm not going to be able to continuously introduce myself because I know more people drop in throughout, but I'm Adriana and I'm here every week. And usually I won't be like sick or healing. I'm just going to keep reading some of the comments. And yeah, feel free to let me know. Is anyone else here getting like this? Is it seasonal because of the weather's changing? And how's the weather where you guys are? Is like, because I know some of you guys are like, it's more international. So some of you guys are actually having summer while we're going into like fall and the cold weather right now. I feel like when the weather switches, some people are more susceptible to getting run down and sick. And it's me. Okay. I am people. But you know, I will say I'm thankful. I don't get sick as often as I used to. It used to be really often, and I've worked so hard to just nourish myself, body, mind, soul, and it's like coaching others is so fluid, but like with yourself, it's like, oh, goddamn, right? And then you learn you like have ADHD, autism, and your executive dysfunction is like, don't get me started. People are like, how do you have the motivation to work out? Because I know like working out isn't exciting. Like it doesn't, if you have executive dysfunction and different issues, right? Like, and challenges, like it's not going to be the first thing that you want to do. But it's really just become like, I've done it for so long now, like 5 years straight, that it's a lot easier because it's just part of my day, whether or not I want to do it. But there's definitely days I don't do it. Like, do not get me wrong, like 100%. I'm here to be authentic and real, right? I'm going to forget where I was going with this, but it was prolific, I swear. Okay, give me a minute. Executive dysfunction. Oh, how do you work out every day? And I'm like, I kind of bribe myself like a golden retriever. Like I'm like, I'll get a treat or I'll do something nice for myself, or, you know, yeah. Or just kind of tell myself it doesn't have to, I don't have to be in the mood to do it. I just have to start, and if I want, I can always stop. That's a really beautiful thing is removing the resistance. Like even with sleeping, right? When you're sick the first few days, it's so hard. I find the nights are the hardest. It's when you're the most like flared up and swollen in your chest and your sinuses and everything, right? And when you remove the resistance, like I was talking about this last night to a friend, and I said, if I just tell myself I don't have to sleep and I can just stay up and like watch good movies and drink tea, I actually will fall asleep because it takes the pressure off of me. And that's exactly what I did last night. I was up at 3. I was so uncomfortable. I was like, no. And I was like, okay, just put on Gilmore Girls and make some tea. And it's just like, just that act of kind of, yeah, just surrender, radical acceptance, right? I don't have to do it perfectly, right? I'm going to be out of routine, right? This is a transitional period, and yeah, there's energy shifting and all the things. So you guys got to let me know if you're feeling it too. For me is Mercury, like electronics. I totally agree. Mercury is, but I feel like that was more common. I feel like, is Pluto like because some of the planets move like in longer cycles. I thought it was like a 9-year cycle, but I could definitely be wrong. Absolutely can relate with having intense emotions lately. Brought me down a bit. Sue, that's so beautiful though that you came here and shared that, because I relate so heavily, and I'm sure a lot of other people do. So that's really beautiful that yeah, I have like the sense of empathy where like I can feel you guys go through stuff, and I'm like, because I've been through similar stuff, and I just like, I know how hard it is to like go through your day with intense emotions, and it like literally affects everything, the way you make decisions, the way you see things. You can be more sensitive. Like, I just want to hold you guys in so much like just like light, I guess, and appreciation of all the unseen challenges, and how much being kind of an empath and a beautiful kind of soul, and being sensitive and all these wonderful things that bring us together, how it can be heavy. And that's why we need community, because it makes us light again. It lets us all relate to each other in ways. It's so refreshing. It's so revitalizing. That's what it is for me to be here with you guys every week. So thank you endlessly. And for sharing that too. I just really appreciate it, because I relate, and I know a lot of people do. And Shara says too, I relate also, and retreats are expensive. I agree. Yeah, like I just want them to be more accessible to everyone, but I understand like why they can't be, like, in, you know, this economy and like the value that the teachers put into it and things like that. But I would really love, I don't know how I could do this, but I'm just going to plant the seed to do like an affordable retreat. Would be really, really cool, because that's something that, I mean, I'm always kind of doing, my work is also for past versions of me that didn't get to receive that. So I would think even as like a token for past versions of me that struggled with money and even like homelessness, like literally like so much instability when I've shared my story. Like, I went through so much when I didn't know I was neurodiverse, and I was just facing so many challenges and no resources and misdiagnosis and just a lot of aggravation and trauma and things like that. And it's allowed me to integrate so much wisdom and empathy and compassion and curiosity, and to be trauma informed, and to seek out more resources to become more trauma informed, and how to support people, and how to support positive change in this world, and how to liberate. And I think liberation starts with us. And I've said that before here, that every time that we become radically accepting of ourselves and kinder to ourselves, that is how we change the world, is that everything starts with ourselves, and then we can go from there. And there's so many people, so many incredible people that have said that, you know, before me. And it's so beautiful to kind of stand here and appreciate all the people that made this kind of work possible. These spaces exist. And then now we're all here. So I don't know. I just appreciate all of the things that led us all to this place. The beauty, the misery, the grief, the sadness, the joy, all of it was not for nothing. So yeah, I love you guys, and I'm so thankful you're here. I am late diagnosed ADHD and now learning more about my possible autistic traits. Yeah, because the comorbidity between the two is like over 60%, I think. Interested in learning about bottom-up processing, among other things. Hey, that's so valid, because that was a big part of my journey, was stopping, like, I had so much emphasis on like talking and cognitive processing of things, and it turns out somatics is so healing for me, like movement and integrating kind of empowered conscious movement in the way of like, think of like liberating your cells and your tissues and your whole body, and moving from that place. And that's led me into kind of studying different things like traditional Chinese medicine, Ayurveda, that I kind of talk about more of the energetics of the body and things like that with wellness. So it's interesting. It's been all my special interests, right? Everything to do with wellness and human behavior and like things like this since I was a child. And I am not the only one. I know a lot of women that are late diagnosed autistic that were also really into wellness and things like that, like human behavior, and it's because it helped us kind of survive the world and adapt. So it's interesting in hindsight. And Jennifer, thank you for sharing that, because I was diagnosed with ADHD young, but my autism was discovered later. Oh god, I self-diagnosed with ADD and went to see a doctor, and the test said I was. Yeah, self-diagnosis is very valid. I'm a huge advocate of it. I know it can be controversial for some people, but I don't know why, because it's like, it doesn't really affect them at the end of the day. I don't think people really walk around and like self-diagnose themselves in an ignorant way. I think that it takes a lot of curiosity and also disabling internalized ableism within oneself to actually grasp that they're neurodiverse. Like, I don't think it's easy for this person, so telling them that they're probably not is so annoying, because it's like, this was not easy for this person to do. I don't know. I hold space for all of it, right? But let's just like let people exist, and let's validate them and hold them up and trust. Like, usually I think, again, the statistics on that was like over 85% or something for the self-diagnosis being correct. So Olga, that's amazing. I'm really happy that you were able to get that proper diagnosis, and I'm glad you're here in the space. And yeah, I'm just happy to have you guys here. I'm curious if you feel like you're an adrenaline junkie. No, I'm definitely not. No, definitely not, because I've met adrenaline junkies and I see how they are. Oh, I like can ski for 12 hours straight, and I can cycle for like 6 hours straight. That's not adrenaline, that's endurance, right? I don't know. D? Am I? I don't think so. I have a high energy, and before I knew how to cultivate it into this work, like heart empowered, kind of serving, kind of empathetic work, it is one kind of, and then exercise, like I have so many ways that I cultivate it now, and kind of where I direct it essentially. But I don't know, before, no, I don't think I was an adrenaline junkie. I had to really think about that, though. I was like, I mean, I can be very daring. I can be very, like, but it's from a very, like, poetic place always. It's like Mary Oliver's in my head as I do it. I don't know if that's adrenaline junkie. Peter, hello. Welcome back, I think. You've been here before. Guys, correct me if I'm wrong, and let me know if you've been here before. And yes, I have a cold right now, and normally I don't sound like this. And I may not be able to go that long today because of it, but thank you guys for coming back. I love you guys. Reading the comments, just hunched over here. I'm waiting for an autism screening, but the waiting time is outrageous. My daughter has autism and recognized so much. I'm waiting more than a year and probably will have to wait 2 more. Sue, I totally feel you. Even just to get a doctor in Vancouver, I honestly think I'll be on the wait list for like 8 or 9 years. Like, I don't think it's coming anytime soon. Yeah. And I've honestly learned to just kind of, I know it's helpful to have diagnosis and to have, like, but if you guys have heard my story before, I wasn't necessarily like empowered by the mental health system before. So I was able to kind of navigate without this time, because I went through so much with the mental health system, and it wasn't the way for me. So your experience is still valid before you get a proper screening. And and if there's resources that feel good for you, they're always for you. And I hope everyone feels good about, using resources that feel good for them, regardless of what, wherever they are in their, diagnosis journey, whether they get diagnosed or they want to formally get diagnosed or not. It's all valid. It's all beautiful here. So yeah, I'm really happy that you guys are all here and sharing, because we're all in different places, but we're also similar and have the same hearts in so many ways. So Shira, oh, that's beautiful. Shira, I don't know what I was saying before. I don't want to know anymore, because I don't think it was that. I'm so sorry. Even when you're under the weather in the healing process, you still glow in beautiful energy. I think that's the light. But I'm going to take the compliment. I need to work on taking compliments and appreciating, because that's very kind of you to say. That's very beautiful. But I do got a really bright light that today I'm noticing how bright it is, because I'm so sick. Like, has it always been like this? It's because I'm like overstimulated with like everything else. I'm in the trenches, guys, but it's okay. No, we're on day 3. It's almost over. It's almost over. Angela, I saw you here in the comments before, and I wanted to say hello. Thank you so much for being here. Angela's from Open Hearts Club too, which I was shouting out earlier. Temps from hot and sweating to cold and windy. Yeah, I feel that. That's exactly how I'm feeling. And honestly, because I'm feeling this way, I will probably wrap up soon. But I just want to, I don't know, if you guys have anything you guys have been carrying on your hearts all week, or anything you want to share, or anything you want support with, I'd love to create space for that now, maybe 10 minutes, and then we're going to wrap up. And yeah, sometimes I can go on for so long. I think at one of my sessions I went for 3.5 hours, and sometimes we've gone into my story, and sometimes we've just gone into community chats and things like that. And it's just really beautiful to come here every week and let it be whatever it is, wherever we are, whether we are all more high energy or low energy. It's nice to have the space you can just show up however you are, no matter what. We're here every single week, and we're talking about neuroinclusivity and our journey with neurodiversity, but also with radical acceptance. And radical self-acceptance has been so impactful. So that's something I'm really trying to have for myself through this, because I want to do a bunch of things and I want to work really hard, and I need to rest. So if anyone has anything they want to share, also I'm gonna wrap up soon, because it is, oh, Erin, you had it too. Okay, that means a lot, because that's, yeah, I'm feeling it. And I have 43 minutes, I feel like I was crushing it, but now I feel like my brain's kind of slowing down, and I'm I need to lay down again. But I'm so glad that I got on here and that I did it and I showed up, because I'm just proud of myself. I have my skin is so dry from blowing my nose. It's so real. I love you guys. I knew I'd come here and you guys would encourage me and uplift me, so thank you for doing exactly that. And for showing up. I didn't want to cancel it, because it's we've had such beautiful momentum. I think we've done 12 or 13 of these, and no less amazing. Thank you for showing up for yourself and for us. I think no matter what's going on in my life, I'll be able to pop on here no matter what, even for 10 minutes, and be I can't come on today, or I'll pop in the community group. But I really, I've shown up even with the fraud and even being sick. So I can't, I'm a lover girl, and you can't keep me away. Certified lover girl, loves her community. Yeah, you guys are the best. You remind me of who I really am, and how you're part of my healing as well. So I'm so thankful for you guys. And I'm sad I have to leave early, because I wish we could all just hang out and someone get a diffuser and put some eucalyptus in it for me, and it'd be great. No, it's all good. Please follow me though on my teacher page, so I can keep you guys. I love you guys. Sometimes I don't know sometimes people don't remember to do that or to join the community group, and then I hope that they remember to come back, because we're here every Thursday. So between coming back every Thursday, joining the group, following me on here, finding me off of here, you guys know the drill. I have a link on my website, on my profile as well, and social media, it's not hard to find me as well. So I always encourage you guys, I say, my door's so open, there is no door. It's just just any questions, anything on your heart, feel free to reach out and say hello. And yeah, I really appreciate it. I'm really, I don't know how to really describe it. It's just I love it when you guys message me and find me off of here, and yeah, we build the community bit by bit. So it means a lot. So thank you for showing up. Thank you for donating. Thank you for sharing your hearts. Thank you for everything, guys. It means so much. And yeah, it makes it possible for me to be here even like this. So if there's anything else, let's see. Angela, I love you. Honestly, I'm so thankful for you. Angela, you're one of my absolute favorite. It's a bright light in my life, really. I have no words to describe. From Hope and Hearts to here, how much it means to have your support and your presence. Adriana, be extra kind to yourself. Curl up on the couch with a warm drink and a cozy blanket. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna turn the kettle on and Gilmore Girls, right? We can all hang out in a salt room while we get better. I would love that, guys. just heal together. Well, I feel like we did today here a little bit. You guys heal me, and you're the best, and thank you so much. So yeah, I'm gonna head out now. But I'm just sad because I'm gonna miss you guys, in a whole week away. Feels like so long. But again, join the group and follow me on here. And next week we'll go a little longer to make up for it, and we can celebrate. We can all bring tea as I start coughing. Adrenaline, cortisol are hormones of the fight or flight part of nervous system. Trauma from my childhood caused me to make choice to detach from those emotions. I detached from those emotions. That emotional energy got stuck in my body, and in the process of detaching those, not have that energy bouncing around in me. Yeah, that's why I think somatics and bottom up processing is so helpful, Dee. Like, I've definitely had a dance, like learning about how my relationship with adrenaline and cortisol, and then how to bring myself more into regulation. And then I think just learning I was autistic was really helpful for that, because I see how I can really go out of, into dysregulation quite quickly, and learning how to kind of re-navigate that. It's such a practice. And you've shared your journey so much here, and I really appreciate that, because it is so real and it's so relatable. Yeah, so I wish that you have so much ease with that. I hope that sharing it here, it doesn't just, like, it isn't just healing for, like, it's healing for all of us, is what I'm trying to say. Like, I hope that I hope it carries your heart a little lighter when you share it with us. And I hope that it's healing for you as much as it is for us, because it really is. And yeah, the movement, just the gentle movement, and just conscious movement, and feeling your feet on the ground, I feel like has been so impactful for me when I do feel that heavy emotional energy, and when I've experienced, those flooding of hormones and things like that. And I think that's partly why I'm here too, right? Is that, look at how much stress and adrenaline I had with, like, dealing with the fraud and stuff, and now I'm in a healing adaptation. So it's really beautiful. So thank you for sharing that, Dee. And Kelly, I'm so happy to see you here. Thank you so much. I love seeing your beautiful little, like, DP. I see your little pictures, and it's, again, amazing to see you guys coming back again and again. It means so much. You have no idea. Okay. Amazing. Love you too, Tina. I love that you can relate and understand me. It makes me feel better. I will always relate and understand you, Dee. I got you. I got you, baby. I got all of you. Like, dude, you guys can all just share your hearts, and I will I'll get it. And next week I will. Next week we'll go extra long. It'll be great. We can share everything. All the things that make us annoyed with ourselves. Let's make it beautiful together. We got this. We got this. Right? Woo. Woo, she does, as she passes out 5 minutes later. No. Okay, I love you. Thank you so much, Erin, for the donation. If anyone else wants to drop in a donation, that's amazing. It means so much. It makes this possible for me to show up here. And again, follow me on here. Join the group. I love you guys. I will see you next week. Pinky promise. And I'm so excited to talk about everything that happens in the next week. I hope that you guys are really kind to yourselves and really loving, and nourish yourselves all the more, knowing that the sky's being crazy. Shout out to Pluto going into Aquarius and the full moon. Woo. Okay, I have to go. It's just hard. I love you guys. Namaste, and I'll see you next week, okay? And thank you again. Love you guys so much.